what's up, people? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Desmond Z. If this is the first time that you've ever seen me, I guess I should start off by saying Happy New Year, since this is the first official video of 2024 on this channel. So in today's video, I am here to talk to you about, we got a few things on the docket today. Some 2024 goals that I have for this channel, some new book releases that I am interested in, some books that I already own that I still need to get to. And then there are a few books that I read in December that I didn't get to talk about because I didn't do a December wrap up. I did a end of year wrap up. So yeah, let's just get into the video. Did I talk about this book in detail? I don't know. I can't remember. If I did, I'm gonna go back and watch that video and I'll just edit this part out and you'll never be the wiser. But in case I didn't, The Reformatory is a book by Tanana Reeve-Dew. I tried in the past to read, I think it was Changing the Channel. I don't know. It was some book I tried to read by Tanana Reeve-Dew, but I didn't get through it. And The Reformatory is about Robbie Jones, not Robbie Jones, what's his boy name? Robbie Stevens Jr. He's like 12 years old. He's sentenced to 6 months in the Gracetown School for Boys for kicking the son of like the largest landowner in town in defense of his older sister Gloria. So all he did, and this is set in like the 50s, just in case you don't know, Jim Crow era. All little Robbie did was kick a boy twice his size in the shin or something. He just gave him a little swift kick in the shin for pressing up on his big sister, getting a little too fresh. Okay, he has to go to this school where it's everything here is just as cruel, inhumane. This is not your average like reform school. Like horrible things are going on, and it's based on the actual Dozier School for Boys that was in Florida, which is also the basis for The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead, which I read. I think it was 2022 I read that book, or 2021, I can't remember. And that was just like that book still sticks with me. But this takes a different approach. This takes more of a horror thriller type of approach. And at first it took me a while to get into that. I was like, I couldn't really get with the flow. Overall, I enjoyed this book. It talks about, there's some horrible things discussed. The acts that were placed upon these children was horrible, unspeakable, and it's disgusting to think that a place like this existed for over 100 years, and that's for simply kicking a kid, kicking somebody, you can get sent there because of racism. Revival season. I talked about this book in a recent book haul that I did, and I ended up reading this book like I think a week after I did posted that video. And this book is about a 15-year-old girl named Miriam Horton. Her and her family travel across the South, doing revivals in different towns. Her father's a preacher, and he is not a good man. 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 We've all seen people who are very in your face with with religion and look down upon you if you do just one thing wrong, and they always act holier than thou, but they are actually just using God as a weapon to do horrible things and to be horrible people. And that's pretty much what the father is in this book. He's a horrible man. He's abusive. He's a liar. He's no down. He's no good. I was this close. I was this close to DNF in this book, because I had gotten to the halfway through it and I was like, what's happening? It was like one of those where I have had that happen quite a bit. Actually today, when I was reading another book, I get to a point in the book where it's like, okay, nothing has happened. It's like I wake up. It's like being hypnotized or being in a coma or something, and it's just like a light goes off, and it's like, ain't a damn thing happened. Why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I here? What's going on? It's like being in a bad relationship and it's just like, oh, I'm finna leave this motherfucker. Oh, I'm finna go. It's like, we're done here. We're done. That's where I was. But something clicked for me at 50%, at the 50%, exactly the 50% mark. And I was just like, okay, things started happening. It started turning around. It started getting more interesting. And for me, I know people say, "Oh, you have to, you have to wait. It has to get there." There's an art to telling a story. I personally, I'm not saying this book in general, specifically. I'm just speaking in general. I don't think we should have to wait until like 300 pages to get it. I don't think we don't have to drag the reader through basically nothing just to get to a point where, okay, now, things start picking up. I know you have to introductions, and then there's the climax, and then you come down. I know there is structure to any story. Just like in our lives, like we start off, maybe we wake up and things are cool, things come, and then by the middle of the day, it's just we up here. Maybe we out and about with friends, or maybe we at work. It's a lot going on, and up here, and then slowly throughout the day, you start to come down. Sometimes you wake up and shit just get to going. Sometimes before your feet even hit the floor, it's some shit done already started. You got 17 text messages and 8 voicemails, and the shit is popping off. Sometimes life happens that way, so I don't understand why the books don't happen that way sometimes. Like we can crack this bitch open and get it going. Do you understand me? We can get it going. Page 1. We shouldn't have to wait till we damn near done with the book and be like, oh, okay, I get it now. Da 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 da. That's cool sometimes, but you lose me if every time I crack open a book and that's what you're giving me. Once again, I'm not just speaking about this author, not just speaking about this book, I'm speaking like in general, because I noticed that with a lot of books. That's also another reason why I love to read. I love to read, but I absolutely hate the beginning of almost every book I read. Like, not, I won't say hate, but it's just like, it's such a chore to me because I don't mind, setting the scene. But it's like, I feel like most books, they want to take you through the fucking ringer before we actually get into something. We don't have to be bored to death. Like, I know thinking, comprehension, critical thinking, and all these things, they still matter. I don't want everything just given to me on a silver platter. I want to have to think. I want to, be able to look back and be like, oh, that's what they were alluding to then, But it doesn't have to be dry. It doesn't have to be dry. Okay? Reeling back in. Let's reel it back in from that tangent. Back to revival season. Once we hit the 50% mark of this book, I was like, okay, things starting to pick up. It's getting somewhere, and a lot of drama started happening within the family. A few secrets were revealed. And overall, I did enjoy the book. It was cool. I enjoyed it. As someone who did grow up going to church 2 days a week, every Sunday and Wednesday, I was in there. Sunday, we was in there, the regular church service. Wednesday, it was Bible study. We was in that thing. I knew Wednesday at 7 o'clock, while my friends, maybe they were still outside playing, especially during the summer when it's still light outside, and my friends outside playing, and I got to get in the car and look at them playing while I'm driving away, because I got to go to the church house. Like, I remember those days. So reading this, I definitely related to the main character, to the family in general in that way. But would I recommend this book to you? Sure, why not? I would never tell you not to read something. So give it a try. Now, for some of the books that are supposed to be released this year that I am excited about reading, starting with Little Riot by Akweke Emezi. This author wrote You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty, which I read last year, and I enjoyed that messiness of a book. So the synopsis says, one weekend, the elite underbelly of a Nigerian city, a party that goes awry, a tangled web of sex and lies and corruption that leaves no one unscathed. So we got 2 people who have just split up, and when one of them visits an exclusive sex party to get over the breakup, this party is hosted by his best friend. He makes a decision that will plunge them all into chaos, brutally and suddenly upending their lives. And then we also have 2 sex workers visiting collide into the scene just as everything goes to hell, sucked into the city's corrupt and glittering underworld. They're all looking for a way out, fueled by a desperate need to escape the dangerous threat that looms over them. This just sounds like a bunch of people coming together, colliding over some messy situation, and a bunch of shit going down. And I'm here for it. This, to me, sounds like page one shit gonna be popping, popping, popping. Okay, this sounds like from the jump, it's some shit going on, and I want in. I want in. Okay. Then we have The Fury by Alex Michaelides. I read The Silent Patient, and it blew me away. It 5 stars from me. Now, after I read that book, I have common sense. I know how to think. And I say it often. Just because you love a book doesn't mean everyone else will love a book. But it does. I get it, though. When you read a book and you love it, and then you read some reviews and you see people that hate it, you go, and like the first reaction is like, really? The first reaction is always like, there are people that hate this book, in which I know how it goes. But to me, it's like I didn't see a lot of people that were in between. It was either they really loved it or they absolutely and hated it. And I was like, damn, it's like really not that many people here. Everyone's just here. There is no one here. And I was just like, oh wow. But I loved it. I loved it. I ate it up. I adored it. But he's releasing another book this month in January called The Fury. And what is it? Damn, what is it about? This reclusive actress who every year invites all of her friends to this Greek island that she owns. And you can own an island. To this Greek island that she owns, and murder and mayhem ensues. So I'm excited to read that. I hope it's just as good as The Silent Patient was to me. These Letters End in Tears. This book is a biz out. Bessem. She notices Fatima for the first time on the soccer field, muscular and focused. She's the only woman playing and seems completely at ease. When Fatima chases a rogue ball in her direction, Bessem freezes. Mesmerized. Homegirl was mesmerized. Stars in her eyes. Damn, baby, you fine. I just made that last part up. She freezes, mesmerized by the athlete's charm and beauty. One playful wink from Fatima, and Bessem knows her life will never be the same. So basically, these two girls, women, they hook up. They fall in love. But they live in Cameroon, a country where same-sex relationships are punishable by law. The odds are stacked against them, honey. Stacked against them. The deck ain't in their favor. Years go by. Bessem is now a university professor leading a relatively quiet life, occasionally and secretly dating other women. However, she has never forgotten Fatima. Her heart still longs. It still longs for her. And after spotting a mutual friend for the first time in years, the last person who may have seen Fatima, Bessem embarks on a winding search for her lost love. This sounds tragic. This sounds sad. This sounds heartbreaking. This sounds, I know all those are pretty much synonyms, but this sounds like it will rip your heart out. And sometimes you just need a sad book. Sometimes you just need a sad book. The Mayor of Maxwell Street. This book is about a young black debutante in 1921. She's the daughter of who is allegedly the wealthiest Negro in America. That's what the synopsis says right here. After the unexpected death of her brother, she's thrust into the spotlight because he was supposed to be the heir. He's supposed to, be the new face of the family. But now she has to be that. But secretly, she's been working as a journalist for the Chicago Defender, cracking cases, busting up corrupt systems, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But her new case lands her in the eye of who is known as the mayor of Maxwell Street. And she ends up partnering up with this guy named Jay, who is a biracial guy. His parents were murdered in Alabama. And now they coming together, trying to solve whatever's happening in the underbelly of Chicago in 1921. This to me sounds fun. It sounds cool. It sounds interesting. I'm here for it. Oh, a love song for Ricky. Wow. I'm also really interested in it because I know my experience with, okay, my experience with 7 Days in June was not like the best one. I remember I said I listened to the audiobook on that, and I said I think I should have just physically read it. So I bought a physical copy, but then I never actually read it, which I still need to do. But that author Tia Williams has a new book coming out called Love Song for Ricky. Wow, I have no what clue what it's about, but yeah, I'm interested in it. I'll see what it's about, and I'll see what's going on with that. Okay, but yeah, those are some of the books that I'm interested in. There are a lot more, but obviously I can't discuss them all in one video. You'll hear about them throughout the year. Other than that, I have some goals I have for the channel. I would like the audience to grow. Obviously, that's it's not the main reason I do this, but I mean, come on. Why wouldn't I want the channel to grow? I love talking about books. I love reading books. If this channel did not exist, I would still be reading books, a lot of them. But the channel was birthed from my joy of reading, and I would hope that I get to reach as many people as possible. So I'm hoping that my channel grows more in 2024, grows faster in 2024. And yeah, I'm also a book club. I would really like to join a book club. I know somebody mentioned, I have to go back and find that comment. I think someone asked me about starting a book club. I'm not sure. I don't know. See, that's another thing. I don't know how I would do that. I have some ideas. But yeah, I would like to join a book club. I thought about starting one, but I'm still working on how that would work, how I would do that. So that's not like something I'm opposed to. Those are two of my biggest goals as far as the Bookish goes for 2024, to have this channel grow a lot and faster, and also a book club. Join one, start one, something like that along those lines. And yeah. So that is it. That is all I have for you in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2024 on the channel of Desmond Z. And if there are any new releases coming up that you are excited about that I didn't talk about because I only mentioned like 4 or 5, let me know down in the comments some of the ones you're excited about. And that's all I have for you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one.